turn on a light, actually. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. Let me get the streaming software set up and we can get started. Okay. So today we are going to build a custom client for something called Stoat. I think this is better. Yeah, I think I had accidentally zoomed out. Okay, so if you don't know, Stoat is an alternative to Discord. Okay, so let me open up. So I need Stoat.py. So I can do uv add Stoat.py, and we're going to try to figure this out because I've never even looked at the API. I installed the Stoat client today. And for the time being, we are going to make probably a console-based client. If I decide against that, then what I will actually make, enough video to maintain smooth streaming, open studio. Why is that happening? Okay, that button does nothing. Very cool. Let's take a look. Okay, it might very well be because I am doing it wrong, but that's fine. We're gonna ignore that. We're gonna ignore that my upload speed for my ISP is the worst it could possibly be, and that if I wanted to run Ethernet, I'm in an apartment, so I would have to run it over the ceiling or along the seams of the walls or something. Yeah, don't really want to. I can do it nicely with cable channels, but there's no point. Okay, so looks like there is a quick example here. Looks like this. So own user, the currently logged in user, none if not logged in. So this looks to be a bot. Run as a user account. Okay, and I can do an on message, and this is how I will probably print messages to the console. I do need to look at the curses Python, not Python. Okay, that's good stuff. Oh my god, this is killing my internet. Let's take a look. We're on 5 gigahertz. It's my ISP throttling me because it says I have 433 megabits per second either way to the router. I don't have that to the outside world. That's good stuff. Okay, we're going to use curses because I can, and you can't stop me. Oh my god, everything's slow. I'm gonna do a speed test. Oh, I can't even look up speed test. I'm gonna close my Outlook and some medical stuff. Oh, and the GitLab for my work. That way I don't accidentally share things I'm not supposed to. Yeah, this is good stuff. Okay. I'll close Discord to help. Okay, curses. With ASCII characters, a panel stacks sanctions that adds depth to curses windows. That looks cool. How does that work? And I will show you what I'm looking at because I can. New panel. The added feature of depth, so they can be stacked on top of each other, and the only visible portions of each window will be displayed. Panels can be added, moved up or down in the stack, and removed. Okay, these are additional extensions. So the only issue I have is that this is an asynchronous library. I hate async if it's not obvious. It's my least favorite abstraction, like possibly ever. Mainly because everything is then required to use async. And that's maybe fine, but it's not. I'm lying. It's not fine even a little. I can probably use Wireshark if I wanted. I have to install that on here. I have it on Linux, but I don't have it on Windows. I should look at the... Okay, oh, there's a read the docs for Stoat.py. So we can get new messages. We cannot get the message history. 429s, I actually don't know. Okay, API reference. That's for Stoat.py, not Stoat. That's... Thanks. Authentication is what we want, probably. Partial account, MFAT ticket, or, sorry, MFA ticket. My fault. This doesn't help me. Session helps. Session token. I need a way to log in. I don't currently have a way to log in because hypothetically I should be able to use their API to do a login. But who knows? What I am going to do is I'm going to reveal this in the File Explorer. And I'm going to go one spot back. And I'm going to create a new file. And it's going to be stoatconfig.toml. That way, I can never open it in this window. So I'm going to edit with Notepad. Don't really know what that is. I'm gonna look at that. Right. Fucking hell. Forgot I was copying from a blacked out document. I think we can figure out which one. Okay. Okay. This is going to have my Stoat token, and I will use this here. Now, I'm going to open this in a private window. don't want to self-bot. But if I get a message, I do want to print the message dot. Is that really unknown? Okay, message dot content. Yep, okay, exactly as you'd expect. Similar to the Discord API, not that big a deal. Okay, so I have to figure out how do I get my token. My bots. Developer documentation. Let's take a look at this. Sessions, current session, other sessions, developers, authentication, user X session token. Okay, well, how do I create a session? Establishing a connection. Plugin API. That's it's legacy, but okay. Plugins v2. Neat. Very powerful. Is that in TypeScript? Oh. Yeah, that's TypeScript. Unload. Okay. A plugin is an object. Sort of, kind of. But that makes some sense, I guess. Entry point. Oh. That is not smart. I hope that's not run server side. I really hope not. Revite. Wait. Vite is in the build system? I think that's what it is. Are these plugins for the client application, actually? Are these client plugins or... That is... Okay, endpoints. Connect events. Cool, so you can subscribe to events, I assume. The API, authentication permissions, uploading files, rate limiting. Cool. Okay, how do I get that? Copy one from client or authenticate through API. Alright, what's the API? Or, okay, API reference. Thought that would have been in the docs, but it does kind of make sense that they are separate things. Who knows? Python. Okay, that is still through Revolt. So this is old. Okay. Core user information. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna steal a token. And to do that, I'm going to open up Stoat in my browser. Open web app. And I'm going to go to the first thing I see, and I'm going to look at the header. And I'm going to steal the value. So I'm looking for X session token. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to inspect element, and I'm going to reload it on the network tab. And what is it sending as my header? So we go to the messages. See, the request header doesn't contain anything. Okay, unread messages. User agent X session token. Let's go. Copy value. Okay. With open. And then stoat.config.toml as f, and then we'll do f, or no, we gotta do, is it just toml in Python, or is it tomlib? I think it's tomlib dot load f, or you know, we gotta do f dot read, because otherwise I think we actually have to load in the buffer. Okay, config, and we will do config stoat token. Okay, that should let us actually do things. So now we should be able to get a message, and let's only print it if message.server dot, let's see, owner equals self dot me, then we'll print it. Cool. Owner is a member or a user. Let's use the ID as the comparison, and I don't care because I know we're going to be logged in. If we're not logged in, we're having a really bad day. Okay, uv run source/main.py. Should be running a client. I am a genius. I am a fucking genius. I'm lying. This is basic, but it works. And that's what we need. So now if I go into Stoat and why the fuck would I want a chat window? Still sending. I like that hover effect. That's cool. And there, you see it. Okay. We are going to create a function real quick. Define print message. We're going to do a few things. We're going to try to convert an RGB color into the nearest color code. Inside color codes. I think my roommate might be coming home. I might walk through the door any minute now. There's a full color mode that we will need to use. Now we won't be able to print emojis in this example test client. We're gonna make this work similar to like IRC. I think that's the best way to go about things. Background, bold, high intensity, other styles. Where is that really, really good tutorial that I love using? I have to go through my bookmarks to find it again. Manage bookmarks. Oh, here we go. Firefox suggests. Awesome. Yeah, there's my old tab. I love this. Honestly put that in the toolbar. Okay. Okay. We're going to look at the 256 colors. And see how this works. Okay, how does inside 256 colors work? Are they manually defined? Because in which case we're gonna have a really, really bad time. Because we have to find a way to, like, you know what I mean? Okay, those are the base colors. Those are the blues. Adds red. Adds red. Adds red. That's green. Okay, so it's split into chunks. Oh, hey, that's useful. Let me show you what I'm looking at. That is useful. 24-bit. As true color graphics cards, 16 terminal emulator supporting setting 24-bit foreground and background colors with escape sequences include Xterm, KDE's, console, and iTerm, as well as libVTE based terminals, including GNOME terminals. Cool. But how does this work? If it's a 6x6 color cube, which means there's 6 values in each direction, which means, as far as I understand, divide by 6 in each thing. Or right, do we divide by 6? No, we divide by the maximum, multiply by 6. See what percentage of the way it is along the 256 cube, and then use that to put it in this cube. Okay. Let's do it. These foreground colors. Okay. Convert colors here. Okay. What we can do is say, okay, we're gonna need the role, the user, the server. Actually, why don't we just pass a message? It's gonna contain all of it anyway. Okay. The RGB color here. Okay, so the R2 here, or let's say R percent. Let's do that. So do R divide 256, and we're going to do that, and then and blue. The red value is going to be, let's see, R percent times 6, because we have a 6 by 6 by 6 cube. Yeah. Then let me hold on a minute. I'm gonna need to get the cube root of 256 in a moment here. Yeah. Cube root of 256. I believe it's probably 4. No, there's no exact cube root. Oh my god. We're gonna do some real goofy shit. We're gonna get the floor of the number, or we'll get the floor of the final number. Maybe, hopefully. Oh my god, I hate IDE completion. Okay, and final code equals math dot floor, and then we will also do, we'll clamp it at 256 colors. And I'm going to use a sticky note here to do some, never mind, I don't have a pen. Doesn't matter. If I have 1, 2, or you know what, let's say I have an array of 4 values. Let's do that. well, let's do that as a placeholder. Okay. I have an array of those arrays of 4. If I want to move along in memory, one of these, I have to move along 4 of these. Uses cube width, and we will take our R value, that's alright. Hi, where are we? Oh yeah, no, we're here. Here it is, the Wikipedia for Ansai colors. Is it? This is starting at 16. Got it. 256 minus 16. And then no, not the square root. Ugh, gross. We'll do the math in the funnier way. We'll put this value. Oh my god. 240 to the power of 1/3. Oh my god. Explode your penar. Just let me type in a 3 with my keyboard. That'd be great. Oh, but actually. See, that goes backwards. I don't want to go backwards. That's not fun. I don't want to go backwards from these numbers. I want to go forwards. Okay. So red, keep as is. We might need to invert this, which would actually look like that. Let's do that. Let's do that. R plus, and then we need our green value times our cube width, because it'll be plus our blue value times the cube width squared? Is this correct? I don't know. Now I open this. Maybe there are other. Operations. No, that's background. I want foregrounds. I want that one there. Is this gonna work? Don't know if this will work, but it'll be fun. Who is this? Who are you? Don't know. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Will this work? Mystery. But what we will do is we're gonna omit our startup. We're not even gonna worry about our startup. And we are going to print. Is it what did I name the function? Is it convert to ANSI? Okay. And we are gonna do this. So this will just be pure red. And testing. Did nothing. Nope. Why doesn't that work? The 255 color code is white. Of course it's white. Okay. That means this is wrong. Oh. Duh. Because I'm using the original RGB. Let's see. There we go. We have a gray color. That's still not correct. Let's try not inverting it. Blue. That's promising, but the code is 6. Because what we actually want to do, probably, is we're probably going to add a 16 to it. Could be lying. Gray. Value there was 256. Not fun. It's RGB cube. Let's do this. Okay. How are we getting that? Our percentage should be near 100. We brought it down to like 0.1. So we have 0.6 probably, or 0.06, give or take a bunch. Green, we multiply it by our cube width. Oh, wait a minute. let's go back to our modeling here. 4 wide there. Let's go 5 wide here. And for simplicity, we'll go 6 wide here. To move by one of these, we have to add in this. To move by one of these, we have to add in this. I might have this backwards. Makes me wonder if I just have my math off. It's green again, so it doesn't matter which of these we do. Right, I see, because the only one that mattered was this one. Which means this is probably red. This has to be green. And then that means that by elimination has to be blue. I lied. I love doing that. 238 is yet again a gray color. Go back to this table. What do we have? What do we have? So along this axis, it always gets more blue. So the first one is blue. Adding by 1 gives us blue. So direct addition is blue. Now, we have going down gives us red. So adding in multiples of this width. Right. Then by elimination, going down each one gets more green. Well, that's useful. Okay, so we have it right. So entire pages, multiples of entire pages, or multiples of an entire whatevers. Faces? I don't know. Squares? Pages make some sense. So that's an entire page. It's green. Maybe I just need to remove the plus 16. Okay, that is getting somewhere. Maybe now, though, I just need to stop inverting the colors. Green. Put that plus 16 back. What do we get? Blue. So inverting the colors was correct. Not quite sure why inverting the colors would be correct. Doesn't make any sense. Why is that? Maybe we do 8 plus instead. No. I lied. So we're getting an orange, which is more red than we had before. Clearly a good sign. Clearly a very, very good sign. Maybe we cap it at this number. Because all of these, all of the last values are black and white. Why is that? So it's only 216 colors. Interesting. We got white. We got 231. Odd. Okay, let me go back to this, and then let me just expand the size of the cube again. No, that's definitely not it. Oh. Dumbass. That's why. Because they're already multiplied by the cube width. Or no. That's correct. That's correct. Because they're all percentages of the cube width. Okay. Damn, I'm dropping 23% of the frames on the stream. This is incredible. This is high quality. Where's my roommate? It's been an hour since they were off their shift. Over an hour. Hopefully they're alright. Probably text them in a bit. Okay. I guess you could do this math in reverse, but there are a lot of special cases. That sucks. Actually, does this other tutorial include what I'm hoping for? 16. It's just page size, or sorry, row sizes of 16 in this example. It looks pretty. The actual cube is 6 by 6. How do we get blue here? Why is that blue? We're gonna print a reset. Which I believe so it is. Yes, that's the reset code. Actually, it is not the reset code. That's the reset code. Okay. Let's see. Testing. Let me do something insane for no reason. That makes no sense. Why is that closer? That's not though. Makes it more green. Maybe doing this is better. Actually, no, that would not be better. This could be better though. So we're doing this to figure out, basically we're making it goes 0 to cube width. That's what we're clamping our values to. So if we had the highest blue, what would happen? Actually, let's look at this again. This starts out 0 blue. This isn't inverted. So that's fine. It's not inverted at all. But, oh, and our red isn't inverted. Doesn't look it, at least. So green inverted. Our green is not inverted. It was this inverting that did it? It's bright blue because we have code 51. Which means we are on the last slice. Moderate green. Maybe it's just because the math is slightly off. That really has more effect than you think it should. Damn. Why is... It's at 56. 56 is here. No, I was wrong about how this works. It doesn't go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, blah, 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 blah. Which means my math is off. Okay, very, very easy mistake for me to have made. So it's 6 to the power of 6 here. From this way to this way gets more green. Oh, no, but that does... No, that would make this green. Red has to be that. No. Look at this. This is one cube width. This another cube width. That's another cube width. So cube width here is 6. So then it is 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1. Maybe. Fuck. No. All right. Starts at 0. That to that. It's blue. We have blue. Plus, and then green. One green is one width. Red is this times the same number. How are we getting 256? How are we even getting 256? 0 times the cube width, 0, plus 6 times 6, 36, times 6. Right. How did we... So that's at the maximum. We divide. 6 times 36 is 231. Should get us... No, it's 254. Let's go with a more normal value, like 16. We're flattening out a cube. Fortunately, this thing is flattened out wrong. Whatever. Unless... No. Okay. They are the same color. How does this work? How does this work? How does this work? So we should expect that with the highest red value, we'd get right here. Or, well, really we'd get right here. We should get 196. Or really we should get 180 before adding in our 16 starting point. We should get 180. Should be -1. Is there an off by 1 error right here? Yes, there is. There's an off by 1 error. can't go negative. Let's clamp to 0. That's pretty good. $2.14. Heard awful, terrifying screams of the damned from that direction there. That's a good time. I love to hear those kind of things come from outside my apartment. Let's see. 196. What are we off by? We're off by 1. Right, but because of where that... Okay, there's another off by 1 error. Perfect, somehow. Now, we're going to do 55 again. So that gets us yellow. Red plus blue does not equal yellow. Does that mean we have this backwards? That's better. And that is also slightly better. Let's see. If we have full blue plus full red, we expect that color. Really? Right, I guess just because of the brightness here. Actually, if we do the ceiling of this number, we don't have to add an additional value. There, that's our problem. So we need the ceiling of the number. If we do another 255, should get white or close to white. 230 is almost white because we actually need 256. Yeah. Okay, and the thing is the rest of these grayscale values aren't correct in their placement. They aren't correctly placed in the color cube. That sucks. We could construct a new color cube and keep it in memory and use it as a lookup table. But I'd rather not. Okay, if we go 0, 0, 0, well, we get black. We'll get a very light gray. That's fine with me. We can now convert our RGB to ANSI color codes. Easy peasy. Take our message content. So we need to print our message here. So color, or we'll do user role color. This message dot author dot roles, or okay, top role. That is great API right there. Dot color. This is a CSS color. Of course it's a CSS color. That fucking blows. That's fine. What we can do is this. Run it, open this up. We don't have a top role, so this probably won't do anything unless everyone counts as a role. None type has none of that. Okay. User, because oh, I see, because we need it to be a member. Print, we'll say server message, and it'll have a guard, and if not is instance message dot author, and then we want member. If it's not a member, we are going to return none, because we don't actually want to print here. We don't want to do that. This is not ideal. This is not correct, but whatever. Really, we should raise a value error here. We improperly used it. It shouldn't do nothing, but we're not worrying about it for now. Okay. Shh. Okay. Now we are going to create. God, how the hell do you use Stoat? Roles. Here we go. Create role, and then we're going to call this test role. It's created. We are going to save that. This is exactly like Discord. Damn. And we are going to edit my roles, and we're going to give me a role. Cool. Now, testing. Wait for it to send because Stoat is slow. That's our color code. Okay. There's a hex color code. That is easy. This is abuse, by the way. What this is about to be is abuse. For I in range 1 through 7. Really? 8. Okay, now do Cool. Okay, so we do top roll dot color, and this is going to be a string, but we also have to check elif top roll dot color. Why the hell is my keyboard not working right? Okay, we'll do this. Now, one might think, oh, why don't you use an or statement? Or not or statement, an or clause. Or fuck it. Whatever. I can't speak today. And the thing is that you're right, and I will right now. Okay, so for this color, we're going to use I through I plus 1. And we're going to do an int. And we're going to say it is base equals 16. This should hopefully work. Will it? Okay. Now we can convert to ANSI RGB. Now, what we're going to do magically is we're going to print. We're going to do formatted string. We're going to do message dot sent, or no, okay, created at dot, let's do ISO format. Oh, no, not from ISO format. Change the separator here. And then we will go message dot author dot display name or message dot author dot name. Okay, now we're then first going to do user role color, then a reset code, and then from here we're going to actually type in our message. Now we're not really gonna have any text formatting, although I could add it. I'm not gonna because I'm lazy. Okay. Message dot content. Okay. We're going to actually. Okay, we're only seeing if the server owner is me. We're going to print this message. This should not be none. It's actually insane that it can be none. None if not logged in. But whatever. That's really annoying type system wise. I will be so honest. If you're not logged in, how are you receiving messages? You're not. None of this works unless you are logged in. So I don't think it should be possible. This should either basically say the member's not found, or that it does have a value. I don't think that there should be any other way for that to happen. That's my opinion. Whatever. It's not my call. There might be good reason why it is the way it is. I don't know. Now, let's see. Let's see if this looks good. There's a lot of IDs are weird looking. It's odd. Okay. Testing again. And invalid int with base 16. Sending. Ah, I see. Oh, unless I didn't. No. That is the correct thing. Is it not inclusive? Does that make some sense? Wait for this new message to send. $7B. It says cannot convert non-string. Nah, that's... Jesus, wrong language. There's dust in my water. No. That's a string. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever to load. Why? Yeah, that is some bullshit. Let's see, why is this not working? Okay. This is a string. That's a really cool part, is that I just instance checked it. It's a string. Little known fact. Alright, well, we can try what the internet says and do something that doesn't make any sense. Wait for it to log in. There we go. Wait for this message to send. Takes about 40 years, give or take. Yeah, no shit, that didn't work. Oh, because that's what it thinks the string is? Alright, we'll do the trick again. Why would it do that? Why would it do that? Wait for this message to send. $7B. Let me do something stupid. And then in a moment I'm gonna grab some water. Nope, that is correct. Okay, let me do something really stupid. Because maybe, just maybe, it really wants this bit on there. Logon takes forever. And sending a message takes forever. What is... Oh, God, sorry. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I'm not using this function correctly, even though I am. Using base 16, and the value I'm throwing in is base 16. It's just saying it's not a string. I'm converting it to a string. Python convert base 16 string to int. Okay, that's literally what I'm doing. Let's use automatic base detection. Maybe, just maybe, it'll humor me. Let's see. For message to send. That's from the wrong server. I am a god. It was the range function. I did it wrong. Could have sworn there is. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Oh, there's an at overload too. Okay. This works. And there we have RGB in the most asinine way possible that I didn't need to do. Alright, let me grab some water. Fridge is right over there next to me, so give me a couple seconds. Okay, I'm back. Alright, this should work, which also means I can remove this guard. So this has to be in a cache of some kind. That's interesting. I don't have the ID because I never fetched the server owner or something. Maybe that's what it is. Or like the servers are really just messed up. I don't know. But anyway, if I have this running, should be able to see messages come in from the regular Stoat server as well. No, because these aren't being sent by members, they're being sent by users. Am I getting like message requests? I don't have any direct messages. Here we go. Is this someone named wrong background? Let's see. If I go to, oh, I need to print the channel name too. Let me do that. Oh, okay, whatever. Message.channel is none. Else channel prefix equals message.channel.name. see. I want a text channel, not a DM, a text channel. Run this. Is this 11 o'clock? It is not. It's 3. Because I am on, what is this, GMT -4 right now? Because it's, are we on Eastern Daylight Time or Standard Time? We're on Eastern Time, but I actually don't know if it's Daylight Savings or not. Okay. We will see. Someone needs to send a message, and then it needs to come to me. So in a moment, we'll see if this works, and then I will open this client, and we will compare the results. Damn, really? Okay, now no one's texting. Before, everyone in the world is texting everywhere. Unless bot messages don't count as members. Like, if bots don't count as members, it's very... Whoa. Are those admonitions? Are you serious? They support that? No shit, dog. That's so cool. That's really cool. Wow, okay. That's awesome. Here we go. In Lounge, in the Stoat Discord here. We're also going to add another guard clause. So I go to Lounge and we see if Zomrife has said yes. Yes, 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 they have. Perfect. Incredible. Exactly what I want to see. So that works. It's perfect. This time zone is off, but that is fine. We can actually get the current time zone, I believe. That is so cool. I just have a message feed. Okay, we are going to do message.server.name, and that should get us our server name. Let's do that instead, actually. I like that better. And then I will do user dot, and then message dot channel dot. channel dot. So that can be none. The group's name here. This. I see, I did that wrong. That is so cool. Look at that. That's awesome. This is cool. Alright, we'll see if this works. I will need someone to PM me if possible, but I don't think I'll actually be able to get that. So maybe I will create a bot account and send myself a PM, but I don't know. Let's have user messages be prefixed like this. Or actually, more directly, we'll have an at. I wonder if there is a message dot. Are there mentions? What is the type of a mention here? Member or a user? Will be an own user, which actually is probably an alias, isn't it? Is it an alias? Is it class? Okay. Or I guess it lets you do more than a regular user. It lets you send messages as a user, so that's probably why it is different, but it probably inherits from one of the other user classes. Equals me dot ID. So if our IDs are equal, say mentioned equals, and then let's see. Okay, we're going to pull up the orange color code if this page will load. range we want is 208. Okay. So, in this channel, we're going to do Arachnid Abbey. Hello. We do this. Ooh, I forgot to change this. Self.me. If self.me is none, then we're going to return. Okay, we're going to copy the text and we're going to paste it here again. And we're going to wait till it's logged in. Perfect. All right, we're going to see if this... Oh, it works beautifully. It works so beautifully. This color code is wrong. Fuck. And this isn't right. What is this? That is the mention. Right. Replace mentions. Okay. Well, okay, we're gonna make a function. Define replace mentions. We're gonna need a message, and we're gonna just pass in the own user anyway. Okay. Now we are going to do is message.content. I actually don't use .find like ever. Is there a find? We're not in JavaScript right now. There's a regex find. I think a swap case. That's cool. Zfill. I don't know what that does. No data. Awesome. We are dropping 100% of frames right now then, aren't we? So our IDs here are how many characters? Does this show me how many I have selected? They are 26 character IDs. Cool. We're gonna do an R find. Okay. We'll do this. Okay. It equals message content. now we do this. Okay, now we're going to use the regex string, and we have to, what did I do? Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. We have to open up the regexer, the most terrifying website to ever be created. Obviously. I don't actually like the way chat is formatted all that much. In the actual client app, the first party one. So, okay. We are going to do dot, but we're gonna pull up the cheat sheet. I want exactly 26 characters, and we are also going to look for these characters, and if we find this, then we're good. So if I, for instance, paste in this message, and it is perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now, does this tell me exactly what this item is? No. What if I mention a role, which I think I have to enable for the role? So let me do that real quick. Test role. You can hoist the role. Shit. Does that make it the top role in this API, or do I have to get all of the user roles, in which case that's significantly slower? Oh, here, I can copy a role ID. A role ID looks exactly the same. That's great. I love that. Oh, Stoat is like an alternative to Discord. As you can see, I learned about it like yesterday, and I made an account today, and I am trying to create a client app, and it's mostly working, except for some reason this color code is completely wrong, so we're just going to ignore that fact. Which means I kind of wonder what I'm doing wrong here. Maybe if I do +3, my life will just suddenly get better and things will work. Let's try that for literally no reason. There's no reason to believe that'll work, but do it anyway. Wait for it to log in, write the word testing. Wait for that message to send because the servers are having some problems, and so is my internet. Ah, it's green now. Awesome. Let's print the RGB. Those are separate variables. What am I doing? Oh, my back. Okay. It's logged in again. We'll do testing. 7, 6, and 14. let's also print this, and I will convert this value. What I should do, realistically, is do this and remove the integer conversions. We'll do that, and we'll see what that looks like. Just realized that's not going to work because that is lazily executed, and it's not a list. It's an iterator, which makes it lazy. Okay, write the word testing. Okay. Run it again. Also put the Brita filter behind one of my monitors so I can get more water without getting up. Cool. Okay, we're logged in again. Write the word testing. It's green. Why is it green? Are CSS colors in reverse order? Or not reverse order, but some kind of fucked up order? Very curious. Maybe it is actually green. Oh my god. Please load. No, it's this color. Is this the closest color, though? I do wonder. Is it the closest color? Like, by our math, is it the closest? Looks like it is like that color, or maybe 112. Let's say 112. All things considered, I'd say that's kind of accurate. It does seem about as close as you can get because it has a little green, it has a little of this other stuff, and because the grayscale isn't in the proper place, it means nothing else is in the proper place. The amount of red, green, and blue is kind of weirdly askew. The steps aren't linear for some reason. I think making a custom lookup table might be the best bet. What I am going to do, let's just take a look. If I expand the cube a little bit, I wonder what I can kind of do with that. It's 256, 240. Whatever the cube root of 240 is the number this needs to be. Wait, why don't I just do let's just do magic. 240. I wonder if only the green needs the -1. Curiosity has the best of me here. We'll test that in a minute. Okay, test this here. We've expanded the color cube to do weird things. That's actually a closer color, which tells me I might be on the right path. Okay, try this other thing. Let's see. Send a message, wait for it to send. Perfect. Actually, genuinely really good. Let's try 6 instead of this magic number again and see if this -1 thing was actually what we wanted to do. This also means we don't have to cap this in any way, shape, or form. Write the word test, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. No. So expanding the cube seems to have given us more accurate colors because there are 240 colors to choose from. Although it's not accurate. It works. That's the important part. Okay. We can do this. Okay. Then I'll go back to normal. And we will close this out so we don't get a stream of messages that we don't need to look at. Okay. I should have no idea if any of the things on the stream are visible. Really clueless on that. I'm going to find out at some point. We'll say our mention color is a string here. No, our mention color will just be orange. This is used for mentions. So we are going to find this thing that we put into regexer. Then we're going to do message.server dot I need to associate an ID with something. If I do get server, that is really shit. What is fetch roll? ULID OR. I have a feeling this OR is an actual word. What is a ULID? lexicographic sortable identifier. Wow. I wonder. Base 32 decoder. If this is what I think it is, should be able to decode it like it's base 64. If it's in the same vein as base 64 is. Yeah. Okay. Input. Output is. Here we go. Just as gay. Awesome. So we already have a user ID. I need to. I have to go into the server settings to get the role ID. Okay. Roles. And I have to okay, that's really trash. Not noticing any real structural changes, which means you don't know which it is. Fine. Okay. So do output found +2 through found +29. It's a pretty good range. That is a coroutine. Of course it's a coroutine. Obviously. Oh, my favorite. Okay. To output. Dot replace. get a member. That's from the cache. Fetch member. Got it. There's a difference between fetching and getting. We're going to try to fetch the member directly. We should try to worry about the cache, but in this initial implementation, no. And I'm realizing @everyone mentions might look different, and we'll worry about those in a moment. Find the member. We're going to put in the ID, and if user is none, then we are going to, let's say it's not none. We'll do the same thing that we did before, which is replace this with, instead we'll do user.displayName. And then at the end of all this, we're actually going to return our output string. So this should run through every single one of these that it finds, and then take the ID out, try to find a role. Doesn't find a role, it'll try to find a user. And the reason I'm doing roles first is just because usually there are less roles than users. So hopefully we're actually able to fetch this. It has to raise as unauthorized or not found. I know you.
No, you don't. I gotta piss so bad.
Okay, so our roommate is home. They had to piss so bad I hear fucking torrential downpour from here, and I have headphones on. What the fuck? Alright, whatever. It's fine. Oh my god. Okay. We are going to replace mentions. that. I am back. Okay, we're gonna test if this works. Wait for the message to send. That worked. So if I at myself and then do test. Close. Very, very close. Shit. Okay. Let me close my girlfriend's bedroom door. I'll be right back. I guess it's also my bedroom door, but she's in there right now. Okay. Try this again. Going to copy the text, run it. All right, let's see if this works. Wait for the message to send. Message sent. So none of these are the reason it's not working, which doesn't actually make any sense. That means it didn't find anything here, which is bad. Go to regexer. Found as a boolean. That's why. This needs to happen like that. Let's see if it works now. I wonder if the Python flavor of the regex library works the way you'd want it to. Need to print burger right here. See if it does anything. So rfind doesn't say what it does. It might not be regex. Python string.rfind. It could just not be regex, and I'm insane. And I think it's regex. It's reverse find. That's why it's not working. I thought it was regex. Python regex find. I almost never use regex. Ooh. Odd. There are CSS colors specifically that don't work. That's great. So I need to do re.search. This is output this is the match instead. ADX is match dot pause might be none. Awesome. But that should fix it. I don't have a formatter on this project. That sucks. Okay, see if this works. Okay, now we are going to copy this message. Text. My Stoat is reconnecting. Says burger. Says shit, because I didn't find that. That is so slow. Because it's accepting other messages. Run this. Hope it works. And we'll see. Have to wait for it to log in. We will now check. Okay, it's not finding the ID, which means I should print the ID itself. Oh shit, it's not finding it. Back to regex. Yeah, they all started with 01. So, tells me doing it right. Okay, so I am wondering. Can I get all the roles? This should be faster because it is only last possible, like if it needs to, it's going to fetch the thing here. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if there is message.mentions. It does have it. It has it. Are they the mentions in order? Let's see. For mention in message dot mentions, mention IDs. Underscore as members. If mention dot ID equals ID, then user equals mention. Okay. Do this. Now it doesn't have to reach out to the server at all. And we've saved ourselves a bunch of time, hopefully. So, let's do this. So I'm going to copy this test message I have, and I'm going to send it on the regular Stoat client, and we'll see what our formatted. Oh no. Okay, so it wasn't that. That's not the way to do it. I'm somewhat sure. Right. So none of these paths worked. I need to put some kind of control character. You know what? Just make it orange. That way it has to exit regardless. Ooh, actually, no it won't. That won't exit regardless. I lied. To have that exit regardless, this has to be after this character. Then it doesn't matter. We'll do this. That'll work. There just has to be something in the middle. There has to be something that makes it no longer match with this. Okay, so it's not finding anything though. That's a problem. Okay, these are working just fine. Oh. That's an emoji. Got it. Okay, well, we'll have to figure that out. We'll place it with the emoji name. Okay. Let me copy this text, send it over here, wait for it to send, and it's sent, but it didn't, because it's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck. Having this await is a bad thing, because, well, actually, I guess it doesn't, because it never pauses, so it will run. There's no stop points if there's no other awaits in here, but still not generally good. I see a Dutch string. So it'll have to do it this way. Try to get this to work. Print a new message. Because I have no idea. How are we even getting that? How are we getting there? Wonder if I have to do this. I see. Okay. This should work. Or, well, no, it won't. Okay, let's see. I said the word key here and I got flashbacks to using key cloak at work. Oh god. Reminds me of work tomorrow. Or I guess today. Hey, I got paid, I think, today. Oh, it's stuck again. Alright, let's see. Oh, Stoat is reconnecting. Let me copy user ID. Because it's one less than it should be. This should have definitely worked. Because that should replace the match group. I should just go through the mentions and do the replace. I'm thinking about it. But that doesn't account for roles. And this will. And unless roles are somehow also members, which doesn't make sense. Because it is not an in-place operation. That's what's wrong. It's because it's not in place. Which should have figured in the first place. This at none. Fuck. Why is it at none? Because it doesn't have a display name? Oh, I see. Or user.name, because they could optionally not have a display name, and in which case you just display their name. Okay. We've almost got it. Who would have thought that this would have taken so long? Sending another message as a test. Perfect. Now if I also do at... I don't have a role. Why don't I have a role? Uh-oh. Yeah, this happened again. Because there's a role color that shouldn't be there. Because it is a CSS role. It is any string. It's not good. No, don't want a server nickname. I want to edit my roles. I want to give myself test role. How do I mention a role? Because I actually don't know how to mention a role. This video explains how to mention a role on Discord. That's not what I asked. You have to do it with their ID. Kinda half-baked platform, I won't lie. Definitely some things that I'm not liking. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. See, it works on my client. It doesn't work on theirs. I will say, my client might be better already. I can mention a role. You type, are you kidding? Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, didn't think that worked. Now, I am curious, because now I have to test what are at everyone mentions, like, just at everyone. It doesn't do anything. Okay. should be able to see. Nope, I can't. Okay, that is fine. If I copy the message text and I paste it into here. No, it really does just say at everyone. Okay. Okay. That's, yeah. Okay, this should work. Or I'm lying. You decide. Please, 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 please. And it works. It's beautiful. Highly recommend it. It's so gorgeous. We do, though, need to check when we highlight. But that's fine. This looks really good to me. This whole thing. And Stoat.lounge. I'm going to format the date time finally because I don't like the date time format. How do I do this? I never work with date times, or, well, most of the time. Okay. Let me look it up. Python datetime library. First, I'm going to do two things. Datetime library, convert time zones. I think there's a time zone library. Yes. Oh, wait, is there a dot localize? Okay, how do I format a date time? Because I actually don't know. It's been so long. Really? Awesome. whoever's messaging is not having a good day here. Why am I programming like this today? Jesus. Okay. I need some kind of color to denote we didn't get a color properly, but this is fine. Okay. Should look better now. Except I did it wrong. I don't like that all colors are valid. See, those colors. This is kind of pissing me off. Not dealing with standardizing is really gross, because what if you're not using CSS colors? Okay. Do this. Wait for it to send. Oh. There's zone info dot. Okay. I was hoping maybe we get the current system time zone. You know what? Let me just Google that. Python get system time zone. Turns out if you just don't provide it, it'll do it. Good to know. Send this message. Okay. We need to get channels next. Okay. And we need to format these channels. Also need to make these colors bold. There is a bold sequence. I am just too blind to find it. Open up this link again. Okay, yeah, you can use them together. this. And we find this instead. We'll just make this bold. And here, we just write this out as bold. That's all we do. Now instead of role, we do channel. This is fine. This should work. Or I'm lying. You decide. Okay. Copy the text of this message. Write it into the chat here. Wait for it to send. And it's beautiful. Except for the fact that I needed to replace this. But that works. It's perfect. This is good. Now though, I need to do, I need to organize a little. I need a way to get a bunch of information from messages. So define get message channels. Get all channels mentioned in a message. We have a message, and who would have guessed? It's a message. And doing the exact same thing we do here. I need to import this, and then I need to do a for loop. For match in. I have to do this slightly differently than normal. And we're not doing find and replaces. We're doing something else. We're going to actually set our output equal to this. And then this is going to be message.content. So we're going to find all, and this is a list. Do this. Actually, I can simply do this is always going to be a list of message. Or, no, list of channel. Or, yeah, no, this works. Now, this could be a list comprehension, but I don't hate myself enough, so I won't do that. And the reason I'm doing this, by the way, if it's not obvious, is because I'd like a selection menu that lets you select on these in the console. Okay, now we have to use curses because, yeah. I'm also going to message formatting.py. Now, I know these names are not correct. This is not how you should write the names. I don't care. Really, really don't care. Okay. Did we get everything? We did not get everything. This looks good. This looks pretty good. Now, perfect. Okay. Oh, we have this working beautifully. Now we need to use curses to do a bunch of goofy shit, like actually build like a pretty console kind of front end dealio. Yeah, actually to build the console application. Little known fact. So if I go curses. Actually, I think Python has n curses. Python n curses, which is the more modern version of curses. Does it not have n curses? Alright. We'll figure this out. I've not used curses in a couple years. Wrapper function takes in a window. So we can add a string. I want to put a window. go back to these docs. Got it. Okay. We need to new win. The number of lines. Can we get a get max yx? Curses dot okay, number of lines is terminal height minus 2. Number of columns is just terminal width, and should be good there. I actually don't know what the coordinate system in curses is, so I will have to run this and have it advance the async event loop, which will be fun. Okay, so actually that might have to run in a different thread. Yeah, that has to run in a different thread. Okay. It's fine. We can do threading. The thing is async plus threading is awful. Okay. So we'll put a window and we will do text window. Negative height minus 5 to the end. Okay. That sucks. Okay. Oh, you can have a sub window? I didn't know you could have a sub window. That is good to know. There are two versions of this function. There are not. Instead of printing, we have to return and we'll set it to be format server message. And that does not have to be async anymore. Okay, we do if what is color pair? His curse is no longer supported. Only available on Unix. Why? Still streaming.
Are there people?
Apparently 3.
3 whole people. My
I know, I
goodness.
didn't realize either.
So you're just sitting here in silence?
No, I wasn't sitting here in silence.
Oh, okay.
Mostly.
Is Charlie awake?
Yeah, well, probably. I doubt they went to sleep right after come back from work.
So
They usually don't.
that's where you went. Hello.
How many monsters did you buy? Oh, okay. I thought you bought like 5. 5 whole monsters.
I'm staying up for a while tonight.
Okay, I am probably not. They work. Oh, actually, you should not. You have an interview tomorrow.
I'm aware. That too. I'll be fine. Let me have fun.
You also have to. We
This
have
is
to
my
drive.
last day.
We have to drive to New Jersey.
I'm aware. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Promise.
Okay. If you're too tired to drive, I'm stabbing you.
I'm not gonna be. I'll be fine. I'm like a professional.
Yeah.
Can I come in? Charlie! Hello!
Okay. Let's see. Windows. Okay. You know, let's go to PyPy. We'll try to find a curses library. Because I have no idea how to do this on Windows. Sorry. Sorry about that. No idea what the hell that was about. Okay, so it's just that's a bunch of widgets. I think you can only get this through your package manager. Okay. Hopefully, adding Windows curses works. Because I did not realize it was an optional part of the standard library. But that makes sense if it only works on Unix. So, okay. Do the UV run thing.
I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk. I downloaded a really cool mod that makes all the characters
Do this.
speak their native language instead of everyone just speaking English.
You have to init the screen first. Of course you do.
characters. Like literally just use birds. Birds are cool.
It is nice. I don't know how you do it.
I mean, yeah, I forgot you were just globally.
Yeah, exactly. Globally
It's actually
distributed though.
just yeah, it's just like France.
Yeah. Except you don't get transferred to like
Return to
Africa.
no.
It's just a massive void, and as soon as you cross the border, you just see all black and
Cause
nothing
it's a.
happens.
Okay. That sucks. Why is that happening?
That's totally random. Totally. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just gonna move everything. I'm hoping that I see another party there that I need to get, and then I'll just take it. That would be convenient. Please don't just come to me.
Are you blade dancing?
No, I'm warlock. I'm warlock.
What is? Oh, oh,
I
I
just use
see.
accent point.
Oh, I see.
It makes it a lot better. Yeah.
Oh, that's the. Oh, you were. I thought your supercharge symbol. I was like, that's the. I thought it.
That's noble claw.
Huh. Does not look like the no. Well, it's the wide one.
Indeed, it is different.
Uh,
And oh, this track might be a little. It's one of the areas I need to be in. Wow, it's so useful.
God, I forget how annoying curses is to actually use.
Oh, look, this place is
I
awesome.
could do it all manually, but
Good
I
night,
don't want
Charlie.
to.
Okay, good night.
What's up, my favorite programmer broad?
Okay, nothing much. I just forgot this library sucks.
Oh.
Or, well, it's really just a pain to use because it's probably at least 2 decades old if I had to get. Actually, when did Curses come out? I'm pretty sure it's a while ago.
Love you, Shotty.
Love you. Let's see. When did this come out? Because now I'm actually just curious. Ah. Oh, 48 years ago. Holy shit. God damn. This was released 33 years ago. Is there a... Okay, Python and curses. Okay, it's already a binding for end curses. Got it. I should make this client do multi-terminal mode if I can. So, standard screen. Let's see. I see -2. Minimum. What is get ch? Get changes? I hate these naming schemes. We're gonna clamp that to 0. Whatever the words I'm looking for are. You know what? I think no. Let's refresh initially. Here we go. I could probably write into the standard out buffer directly, couldn't I? It's probably how this works. Now I'm thinking about it. If I wrote into the standard out buffer, I wouldn't have to worry about learning a library, but I would have to worry about writing into a buffer directly. Okay, so it's working this time. Okay. Chat window now. Should be working. So I can do okay. How do I want to do this? Okay. list of strings, and this is supposed to be rows. Chatwin dot edge string. And we can just append our message. Let's see, how does this work? Okay. Don't think this will work. Okay, I have to write a new thread, or I have to use a new thread. do is believe this should work. Or not if you're dumb. It does not work if you're dumb. Or actually, this should be like this. And then I need the target to be this function. And instead of run, 'cause I think start instead. And then there needs to be arguments. Okay. That'll start a console thread. See if it works. My guess is no. Probably because I'm being a little dumb again. Okay. Let's run this again. Oh. Oh, should work now. Let's say this updates every quarter second. Not even what I asked it to import. Okay, this happens. Okay. See how this message works. curses work, so we're gonna see. Oh, I'm not clearing the screen. And it appears that you do just use a while true loop. And let's do this. Let's see here. Okay, we have to do this in the raw mode. So that disables signal interrupt. And we have to do ASCII dot control. This doesn't look real. I see, because it's curses.ascii. See, I don't have that. That's... Oh my god. Curses key code for control plus C. Okay. is, oh, delch. There's just one word, delch. What am I doing again? Damn, it's brilliant. Sign for me. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Let's add a string. That worked. So it caught the signal. Added our testing string. This makes me believe I have to add in this chat window every single time. Let's try that. Send this message. Damn, taking a long time. There. Did not send. What is set 0? Cursor visibility. Got it. I do want some cursor visibility though. drawing the sub window don't have a box, which probably means some things. Yeah. Yep. Ooh. Unclosed client session. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm getting extremely bored, that's why I stopped talking.